20 years, ever since we've been public, 21 years now, in 1997, at almost every all-hands meeting, I said, look, when the stock is up 30% in a month, don't feel 30% smarter. Because when the stock is down 30% in a month, it's not going to feel so good to feel 30% dumber.
Any person that tells you that they've made money in the stock market consistently all the time is a huge liar. And let me tell you, with wins, there's also some losses. What goes up must come down. Welcome back, guys, to Think Thick. Today we're going to be talking about the rules to follow when you are day trading. Rule number 1, control your emotions. I can't tell you how many times that when I lose money in the stock market, I just get devastated and I couldn't be able to control my emotions. In the beginning, when I first started trading, I didn't understand it. I would turn around and put money down and I'd lose about 20%, not even thinking anything of it. And then I'd be like, I don't want this thing. I take my losses. I'm just going to move on to the next trade. But at the same time, with losses is that you also want to be able to control your emotions when you're gaining in the stock market. That's also a thing. You're not 30% smarter just because you're making more money in the stock market. No, it's just a good pick. Like my man Bezos says, you're not 30% smarter just because you have 30% gains, because what happens if you lose 30% and have a 30% loss? Does that make you less intelligent? Rule number 2, don't overtrade. Sometimes if you have available funds in your trading account, don't put it all down on one bet. Don't put it all down in multiple bets all on the same day. No. Keep that cash with you. You got to understand that you want to always have money sitting on the sidelines. I can't tell you how many times that I would put all my money into trades and stocks thinking that it'll be bumping up and bumping down, but it could just be a bad day that's happening in the stock market. Just move my money around and just collect my profits from one and then just wait till I recover from the stocks that I actually lost. But it didn't work out that way. I was just over trading. I never had money on those red days where I needed to actually put money into the stock market when I had no money. I overtraded everything. I was trying to hold on to my wins and hold on to my losses, where I was actually just sitting there in a rut. I was sitting there in a bull trap. Rule number 3, always take your profits. I can't tell you how many times I sign online or people ask me about, hey, should we buy this stock? Should we buy that stock? Should we buy what? Those are known as hype stocks. Those companies will, or actually those news articles will put out so much news about how good a company is and how this revolutionary breakthrough they're having. But actually what ends up happening is it's just a news article that just printed something just so this way the price of that share can rally. And then those big boys, hedge fund managers, whatever you want to call them, they end up taking out their profits. That happened to me with, I don't want to say it, but Giga Metals. So yeah, they had this thing saying that they were going to be joining Tesla. So I was like, sweet, I'm going to put some money in and ride this wave so I can collect money. And it didn't happen. And I was kind of confused as to why they had Tesla featured on their website. Manage your trade risk. There's tons of people out there who are aggressive traders, and there's tons of people out there who are conservative traders. You need to know which level you fall under. Are you putting everything in? Are you more risky, or are you more low risk and holding everything back and just waiting for those good ones to go through? There's not a problem with either one of those. It's just you need, just like Robert Kiyosaki says, the poor fear risk and the rich manage risk. So you got to find out what your risk tolerance is. You need to know how you can manage it. Don't listen to everybody else when their risk tolerance is something completely different than yours. Rule number 5, trust your analysis. Don't listen to everybody else when they're trying to buy a stock because of what they heard. You gotta understand, It's almost like, if you guys ever have a chance and you need to watch the movie The Social Dilemma, that movie is, or the documentary is, it's quite interesting. It actually, what people view on their phone is targeted advertising consistently. It almost makes you question free will at this point, right? But the thing is what people view, what you view, what your parents view, what your cousins down in the States view, what your cousins around or family around the world views is completely different for anything that they search into Google. So the news that they're getting is based on their search points. Like, we need to know that the news that we get on our phones are actually either damaging us or it's helping us. But you need to be able to trust yourself and trust your analysis, because what's going to happen is you're going to blame that person because they told you to get into a stock where you lost money on. Rule number 6, track your trades. It's just like budgeting. If you're going to go out and write down every single expense you have, you want to be able to write down all the profits you make too. You can sit back at the end of each week, at the end of each month, at the end of each quarter, at the end of each year, and know exactly where your money went. What kind of avenues, what kind of sectors did your money do the best in, or what kind of sectors did your money do the worst in? And then this can determine, right again, your risk management, and see how you want to be gearing your money towards. The stock market is a beautiful thing. It makes actually companies thrive because people see the vision in these companies. So what do we know? Always control your emotions. Don't overtrade. Always take your profits. Manage your risk. Trust your analysis. And track your trades. If you follow these few rules, just as a start, you will do a lot better than I did when I first started off. So, welcome to Think Thick. Thank you very much for watching the show.